Hi guys, as you may know, I've never been brave enough to keep tiny ants. I much prefer bigger species like Camponotus, but I'm not the only ant keeper in my household. My daughter also keeps ants, and you may have even seen one of her videos on YouTube. Her channel was TheAntPrincess, and hopefully we can convince her to create some more content. But for now, she's going to be joining me on my channel to talk about one of her own colonies. I'm super proud to introduce you to my daughter, TheAntPrincess. Say hello, Butte.
Hi guys.
What species are you going to be sharing with us today?
I'm going to show my bobbleheads. Well, their real name is PHEIDOLE Pallidula, and they're the smallest species we keep.
Do you remember when you got them?
Yeah, I got them about a year and a half ago. I remember because Aunt Stevie gave them to me for my birthday. If Aunt Stevie is watching, thank you so much for my bobbleheads.
Yeah, thank you, Aunt Stevie. That was super nice of you. We've ordered from Aunt Stevie before and he's always had great service and great colonies.
I've still got the business card that came with it.
Keep it forever. So, I don't know much about pallidulas. What can you teach me about their care?
Well, obviously they're very small ants. Some workers are only 2mm, which is roughly the thickness of a 10p coin.
So tiny little things then.
Yep, but the majors have big heads and can be at least 5mm big, which is kind of like as thick as a pound coin and a 10p coin together.
I'm loving your coin method of measurements.
Well, it makes it easier for people to visualise it.
What about the queens?
They're about £2.10 or 7 to 8mm. And the queen is dark brown and shiny, and the workers are lighter.
What about food? What do you feed yours?
They ain't fussy, they eat lots of protein. Most of the time I use your feeders, and they love the roaches and mealworms. They like our food too. Mine have had chicken, seafood, and they love crab sticks.
What about sugars? What do you give them for sweet stuff?
I nick your liquid food from the fridge, and I think they like the blue one the best.
The sugar snaps. They are amazing. It's from Antantics if anyone wants to try it out. Highly recommend. Don't steal mine. Go and order your own.
And sometimes I give them fruits. Grapes and melon are good. I don't know why, but they never seem to be interested in strawberries.
Oh, that's strange. What should people remember to do when they're feeding their ants fruit?
Wash and peel everything. We use organic, but we still wash them just in case. We do not want to harm the ants.
Great point. Great advice, Kate. Do you know what temp and humidity they need?
Well, they like it fairly damp, about 60 to 70% humidity, and the temp I keep them around is 25 to 26. But technically, they should really be hibernating at around 15 till around February.
Why didn't you hibernate yours?
Well, after they had a massive die-off, Bubbles had loads of eggs and brood. And when it was November, I didn't want to hibernate her, so the eggs could turn into workers and look after her.
Is Bubbles the name of your queen?
Yep.
Yeah, ants are our pets, so all of our colonies end up with names. Kate, do you remember when you first got your first ever colony?
Yep, it was Lassius nigus.
Do you remember trying to name every individual worker?
Yes, when they got too big, I just named every single worker Chad.
I think there must be hundreds and hundreds of Chads now. I also remember you used to take workers out of their setups and used to show them things around your room.
Well, I didn't want them to get bored, and I always put them back.
Yeah, you did always put them back. Now, I don't keep tiny ants because I'm so scared of them getting out of their setup. How do you keep yours contained and stop them from escaping?
Talc barrier, definitely talc. I did try the oil-based ones in the lip gloss tube, but they stick stuff to it and climb out, so they'll get stuck and die.
So definitely talc then.
Yeah, and make sure you check it every day because they'll pick at the barrier and wear it away. But if you keep them happy and well fed, then they don't try to get out anyways.
And you got an outweld with no gaps. I think it was a cheap one from AliExpress.
Yes, it was, and it had a mesh lid, so even if they got past the talc without me noticing them, they couldn't still get out.
The Pallidula have been your most problematic colony. Can you tell us what's gone wrong?
Well, every time I get them to fill a whole entire test tube, I get them a nest, they move in, no problem, and then they have such a big die-off. that I have to move them back into the same test tube again.
It has been really frustrating, hasn't it?
Yeah, I don't want to move them again.
Well, I think we should let them fill the test tube one more time and then try a Wakushi nest. I spoke to Answered and he thinks Wakushi is our safest bet. Fingers crossed they love it and thrive.
Yeah, it would be nice to see them in a nest. Bubbles recovers so much, so she'll deserve the best.
She certainly does.
Sounds like we have a plan.
One more question. What's your favourite thing about this colony?
They are aggressive together. When I put in food, one will find it, and then you go back a couple minutes later, there will be hundreds, and the majors will come out to chomp down and break bits of food up. They are so feisty.
Maybe one day I'll be as brave as you and I'll get myself some tiny ants.
You should get tiny ants, and I should get a Campo species too.
We will see. Thank you so much, Katie, for joining me in this video and for sharing this hobby with me. Now, how did you used to end your videos? Do you remember?
I think so.
Right, go for it then.
Take care, Ant family, and goodbye from me, the Ant Princess.
Thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay safe. Bye.
Bye.